What's up guys, Bryce and Michael here, and on my channel I'm going to have a new series once a week where we make big things in 3D. Now, this is the very first video of it. I'm in the process of making a few other things that I've been kind of practicing around on, but never before this have I ever made any really big kind of cosplay stuff. So I'm brand new at this, and I'm going to be trying to not only learn the tips and tricks, but I'm going to be looking through YouTube to find other people who know tips and tricks. That way, if you don't stumble over their videos or you're not big into researching and things, and you want to do something like this, then you can watch this channel and find the tips and tricks. There's a few things, and I'll show you in this video that I couldn't quite figure out, but on the next one, we'll get more into it, trying to figure it out and stuff. So we started the multi-part Star-Lord helmet thing, and we've kind of put it to a stop at the moment because it was too big for my son. We were making it for my son, so we tried to make it smaller by using heat and cutting it and things, and it just made it like huge and bulky in the front and then real tight. And so we're reprinting that one right now. It's actually going on the printer right now, and it's about halfway done with the front part of it. Hopefully it's right to his size. We measured his whole head and we went into Mesh Mixer and put the diameters and stuff, so hopefully that's right, and if not, we can make it a little bit bigger. I've already made a video on the baby Groot that I made. I haven't made a video on this. This is the T-Rex skull that I made look like real bone. And these are just some other smaller 3D things that I've actually printed to just kind of give you an idea. But this video series, this once a week video series, is going to be dedicated to big things like this. This is the Mjolnir. So this is episode 1. The first thing that we're going to be showing is the Mjolnir hammer, Thor's hammer. It's huge. Took a whole weekend to just print it off, and then we had some trouble, which you'll see later on in this video. Had to end up reprinting this part, and had to reprint the circle up here. And so we've had a ton of trouble with this, just because I don't know a ton, but there are some tips and tricks that I can show you in this video that you may not know, like using a dollar bill to wipe off super glue instead of using anything else, because a dollar bill doesn't absorb the super glue, nor does it smear it, nor does the super glue stick to the dollar. So using a dollar to wipe up super glue and then washing the dollar off so you can reuse it it's a really cool trick that I've been using for a long time, and I kind of figured it out myself, but I haven't seen anybody else use it. So there's a few other things when it comes to weathering. I'm just kind of getting used to weathering. I think I did a pretty decent job at it. And some other printer things. We got this leather strap on here. I don't think I showed you guys in the video how I did the leather strap. This is just a leather-esque fabric that Walmart had. Bought it for like $3 something for a big sheet of it, and then just cut off the little part. So this goes all the way through. And then I just glued each ends down into here. The only reason I'm telling you guys that now is because I don't think I mention it in the video at all. But everything else on here I kind of show you guys how to make. So of course, link is in the description. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications for these once a week videos that I'm going to be putting out. Of course, I'm going to be putting out regular videos too along the way whenever I come up with new videos for the drones and stuff that a lot of my subscribers really do like. And then whenever I do something kind of smaller, like the baby Groot and stuff, these that don't even take a day to print, these smaller projects, I'll be doing a few of those. And plus, if you're a subscriber because of the shirts thing, we got a few new ideas coming up with the shirts. We're going to be making a few more of them this weekend. So keep coming back. In the next week's episode, probably next week or the week after that or something, I'm going to decide what to do with all these, because eventually I'm going to have all these really big cosplay things. We're doing Braden's Star-Lord on the next one since it's printing right now. And then we'll be doing, I think I'm going to be trying, I'm printing off the Batman. It's like a Batman cowl and everything, but it's got like his face in it and stuff. And it's kind of a reference to be able to make a mold of it and then make the silicone cowl. And so I'm going to be trying that out. So it's not just going to be printing and painting like these, but it's going to be printing it for the sole purpose of building a mold out of it and creating an actual cowl. I don't know how far down the road that one's going to be, Of course, then we've got to finish the Darth Vader video, which is still in the process right now. I've got it pretty much painted. I've got some polishing to do, a little bit of sanding left to do, and then some assembly to do on the Darth Vader helmet, and then that'll be in one of the videos coming up. And then I said the Star-Lord. So Star-Lord, Vader, Batman, and then we've got the Thor swords that I want to make, and the Star-Lord guns to go along with the helmet for my son's entire suit. So we've got quite a bit of big stuff that we're going to be making and releasing once a week to you guys. So make sure that you stay tuned, keep checking back, and hit that like and subscribe and the bell for the notifications of new videos. Here's the finished Mjolnir hammer right here. I'll give it a quick turn around. It's actually pretty heavy. Check the link in the description again if you would like to build this on a 3D printer. This is 100% completely 3D printed. Took a while to do. But now, let's start the video showing you guys how we made this. So the first half of the Thor hammer is done. One of two prints is done. We've got the handle split into two pieces here. I still gotta get all the supports off. And it starts with a P, I don't remember. And then this goes from the handle to the hammer. And this is one part of the hammer. Okay, so I only have the first half printed at the moment, so the other part's on the printer. What I'm doing right now is, since my print bed is an Anycubic i3 Mega, on this particular print, the handle right here is one long handle. And I had to take it in the mesh mixer and split it into two pieces to get it to fit onto my Anycubic. And so now if I tried to glue this together, you know, all these other pieces fit really good. Like this has a little lip inside of it that goes on that side, and then the other one, you know, goes around the base here, the little pommel, and then this right here fits perfectly right in like that, so that that piece can fit in there. And I mean, you can glue these together and they'll be fine, but you can't really glue two pieces together just like this and expect it to last for very long. So I got a little piece of this PVC tubing here. It's old, that's why it's all stained and dirty. I found it out in my garage, and I'm going to take these two pieces, basically just super glue here. So now I've just got that cleanup right there. And the cool thing about super glue, don't use a tissue paper or anything. Roll up $1 and you just take it, and you can use kind of this little spot here and go along. Get that to go into the $1. See how it's in the end of that? It's just $1. And then what I usually do is take the other side and kind of just brush it along. Glue it together pretty good, and I think I got that matched up perfectly. So I have my handle right here, and I was going to wait until the other side's done because we're still printing the other side of this and all the little details and stuff that go in here. I was going to wait so I could put it all together and show you what it looks like with all these different colors added in, but you guys get the gist. I'm just going to be doing the handle right now because it's got all these little details and stuff in it, And I think as long as I can get the handle done, it's also got some pretty big spots in the layers, that I think if I can go ahead and get this done, since we did the PVC pipe and the glue's all dried and everything, if I can get this done, everything else is just going to assemble really good. And it's just going to be quicker. So I've got wood putty that I'm going to put over the entire thing here. I've got 120 grit or 220 grit sandpaper that I'm going to sand that off with. And then we've got this Rust-Oleum American Accent primer here. This stuff is amazing for 3D prints. If you guys want to cosplay anything, this takes away so much of the layer look to it itself. It doesn't take away all of it, it takes away a lot of it. So kind of this and this does the job here. You don't have to get all that really hard smelly Bondo and everything. You just need those. We've got the chrome here. I'm going to try the chrome and the silver out both. I think the chrome is going to be what we're going to go with a little bit of silver. I don't know. It's like a really shiny chromish silver. It's not really chrome, but it's not really silver. So I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do that. I may do like a layer of silver and then a layer of chrome, or a layer of chrome and then a layer of silver with a layer of clear or something on it. I'm not sure. And then the brown, of course, for the between the little chrome pieces on the handle. So like I said, I'm just going to set these aside, wait on the other part to get done, and work on this. So the print is at 12 hours, 4 minutes, 33%. And this is how far it's gone. I decided the handle's going to be a nightmare, and I was right. So I decided to go ahead and start it now because I didn't want to be working on this thing forever, like the Darth Vader helmet and the Star-Lord helmet, which we haven't touched in a long time. This isn't going to be another one that I don't finish. After doing the Groot, I just want to finish these things. And I got a few things that I still got to do to the Darth Vader before. I think I'm going to reprint the face. I'm not 100% sure. This is the part that goes into the hammer. It's only been primered because I was going to wait until doing the hammer. I was going to add this to the hammer, do all the hammer at once, and then slide the hammer on top of the handle. But I'm going to go ahead and do these three parts. This one, and there's the pommel piece right there that is chromed out already. The next print, the only thing that I got from it after 29 hours was this. That's it. Alright, so I finally got the other side done. I got it taped together, not glued or anything, just taped. And I've already painted this piece, the bottom piece. The handle's not done because I still got to paint these, but it's still got to dry, the brown. It's been drying for about a day. Well, since last night sometime. Less than 24 hours. So, these parts go like this, and like that, and then and like that. So, main parts are done. I just got to do these little designs that go on here, which I have to redo because I did them pointing upwards, and so made a whole bunch of supports on the inside that I couldn't tell what were design and what were supports, so I have to redo them flat. That'll take like 6 hours to do. Gives me plenty of time to spray these down with some primer, all these top pieces and start taping this off. So these aren't finished, but they've got the base coat on them, the handle, the pommel, and the part that goes into the top. I want to try something new. I've been using this stuff, but I have a feeling this hammer is going to be swung around a lot and really having some fun with it. This has some PVC on the inside with a whole bunch of super glue all over it, so the amount of super glue I used is going to be fine for this and keeping that together. You can kind of see I had to do some tape job and I couldn't find any of that real stretchy tape that you do pinstriping and stuff with, so I did the best that I could, and I'm going to go through here with some black and really kind of go along the edges, and then I'm going to weather it in the end, so I think it should end up looking really good. This is kind of, I just wanted to get a basic chrome around these parts and brown on this part, and then I just wanted to get a basic chrome on these parts, and that's it. And then whenever I go in, I'll do some black down in here in detail. I left this part here, I didn't fix it because it looks like a little chipped part, and during the weathering that's going to be pretty cool. And then right here in the paint it did this weird chippy thing, which this is supposed to have like a knot or design in the side of it, but it doesn't. So just the extra added stuff for the weathering is going to be nice. And this, there's not much to it. I wasn't even going to worry about. I didn't even put a coat of primer on this. I just went straight to putting a little bit of chrome on it, make it silvery, because just this little tiny part's going to be sticking out, so I'm not that worried about it. But this is a plastic weld, and I'm wanting to see how good this does. It says that it's made for ABS. You can get it at O'Reilly's Auto Parts store. So if it's good for ABS, it should be good for PLA. Just a 2-part. Boy, this stuff stinks. It really does. I don't know how long this oh, it says 5 minutes. Quick setting epoxy sets in 5 minutes. So I should just have to hold this on for about 5 minutes, because this is pretty loose up here at the top. It's not as tight as the pommel is on the bottom. You can just kind of let that go. I'm gonna go ahead and get some acetone on my fingers where I wash that up off at. And then we'll tell you how good this stuff is. So I weathered the handle today. It's all glued together, and I've got it hanging up here drying because I took a sponge brush and I sprayed some of the spray paint into its own lid, and then I did the sponge brush into it and dapped it along, you know, the browns and stuff where the weathering got messed up, or there was a spot because of the glue where the two halves connect together that it took the shine away from the first layer of super glue, which was weird. And so I dapped through that to give it a consecutive linear shine. So now it's weathered and drying. The handle's just about finished. I've got a few more detail things that I want to do to it, but other than that, it's basically practically done. And over here I've got the plastic putty all around the hammerhead parts, and I'm fixing to take it out, and I'm going to go sand all that putty off. The shop is turning into a madhouse out here. I can't wait till spring cleaning, which is here very soon, because a lot of this stuff is going in the trash. I'm just going to do this with an electric drill or an electric sander, because I don't want to spend the time hand sanding it. Typically I hand sand, because if you go too hard with the electric sander, it heats up and starts to melt the PLA. Some 220 right on there. This will get it real smooth. Here we go. Biggest thing to remember when doing this is letting shit dry. Don't be impatient. That's why my Darth Vader is taking forever. And you guys can see the Darth Vader back here. Check it out. Dun, 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 dun. All three pieces. Yep. It's in the finishing stages at the moment. This video will be out first. And then I'm going to be finishing that up. And then that video will be coming out. There we go. It is smooth, smooth Magoo. I just about forgot this part. My camera's all dusty. That's what it says on the top there. Alright, these are ready for... Alright, I got the first layer of primer on that. And primer on these. These look really good. That design that's in them. So these will get sanded one more time, and then we'll put the chrome on them. And then we'll go in and chrome it, weather it, and then it'll be practically done. So I almost forgot a step, so I had to do it real quick before bed because I remembered it like at the last minute. And you can see I'd already sprayed the chrome and stuff on, which I was going to have to sand it anyways because you can see some of these lines and stuff in here. And I really want to get this as smooth as possible. But I've been treating these as two separate halves. And I really need to get this seam line right here as much as I possibly can all the way around it. And I've been literally spraying this, sanding it, and everything as two different halves to be assembled in the end and put together. But really, this is just one piece. So I went ahead after already, primering it and all that different stuff. I glued this on with that 2-part epoxy and glued this together with the 2-part epoxy. And I just used this painter's tape and pulled it as taut as I could, as tight as I could. Put this in place as much as I could with these two lines. And I just got to let it set. And the paint's not even all the way set yet, but that's alright. I got to put this stuff on it tomorrow along that line all the way around and sand it, and I'm going to have to repaint it anyways, so no worries. This thing has been stubborn to paint. It's about the 20th time that I've tried to paint it. So, hopefully, I'm just going to put little tiny coats on this time. I'm not worried about covering the entire thing. Just doing tiny itty bitty coats. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Way too many paint particles flying around. I can barely breathe. I'm going to show you how I'm going to weather these. I've been traveling all week, and so I've really been rushing this project more than I should. So, and me and Braden are planning on molding this. So, man, I did everything. I used Bondo. I used all sorts of stuff, and it still has that line. I used the plastic stuff, the plastic wood filler. I used Bondo. In fact, if I were to take this all the way down, you would literally see Bondo over this and not even see the line. So I don't see how that line is still there. It's on both sides. I just don't get it. I really don't. I can't get rid of it. So I'm just saying screw it. You know, I'm pushing forward. I got this kind of weathered, got the black in there. And I'm going to kind of show you how I'm doing this. If I can do it with one hand. So basically, I just got this black here. I'm not mixing it with water or anything like Chris Cosplay or anything does. And remember, this is my first full to completion cosplay thing. So it's not like I'm an expert or anything. So I'm just kind of doing my best to see what works. And this seems to be working. So I just kind of load it on. I don't want it thin because the thinner you get this paint, the faster it dries. And I want it to stay wet for long enough to fill in all the gaps. So you can really see this design. And then I go around the corners. And it looks like I'm just sloppy painting outside the lines and stuff. There's a method to this madness. Alright, looks like I got basically all of it covered. Take my rag. And basically, let me see if I can do this with one hand. Because I gotta hold it somehow while I'm doing this. Just rub that across. Now keep rubbing it till the design comes through like that. Then I find a clear spot, which I have multiple rags. And then I basically, it's my thumbnail width. I just kind of stick it down here and just go along the edge there. I'm going to put too much paint in this one. There we go. Basically, that's the last one. Maybe it's just because I have the light on. And the light makes everything a whole lot more visible. It doesn't matter if you get any on the rest of the hammer, like on the sides and stuff, because it's weathering. So it's supposed to look like there's marks and stuff all over it. So that's basically how I'm doing that. I'm just going to go along like this. Make sure that that paint gets down in the lettering. All down in the lettering. It's all fill up. You know, once you get this weathering and stuff in, like my handle looked like junk until I got all the weathering done, and then I got the clear coat on it, and then it looks really good now. You guys will see that. That looks pretty good. And I'll do it around these creases. And probably, you know, you'll see it. We'll see it here in a bit. And it is finished. Kind of. Sort of. Messed up a little bit on the weathering there. And that might have just came out whenever I was adding the shine clear coat. I tried to get the hammer to be as beat up looking as possible, and I think I did a pretty good job at it. But there are some spots that I think could have been better. I like how this turned out. I took the black and went around here a few times and tried to really get that in there. It's still drying, so today's Wednesday, so Friday I'll have the video out.